This dude's channel is awesome. That's the channel name right there, Vigil Antioch. Y'all, he's a cop watcher. He's got a lot of content. Y'all would love this shit. Anyways, so yeah, cop faces 50 years in prison, right? Let's hear what he did.
Something. William Rourke. William Rourke.
On March 14th, a federal jury convicted former Antioch police officer Morteza Amiri of one count of deprivation of rights under color of law and one count of falsification of records. According to court documents and evidence presented at trial, Amiri, a canine handler, deployed his canine to bite suspects even when it was not necessary. Amiri kept a running bite count that he celebrated with other officers. Amiri also took photographs of the dog bites and shared them with other officers, stating in one text message that the gory pics are for personal stuff and cleaned up pics are for the case. According to evidence at the trial, Amiri stopped a cyclist who did not have his bicycle light on. Amiri approached the cyclist, punched and took the victim to the ground, and then called for his canine, Percy, to bite the victim. As a result, the cyclist sustained major injuries. At the time, Amiri was accompanied by a police officer with a neighboring agency as a ride-along, and that officer assisted with the deployment of the canine. Afterwards, Amiri shared pictures of the victim's wounds with the other Antioch police officers. One officer responded, "Yeah, buddy, good boy," referring to the canine. In response to a question from another officer about what cut the dog's face, Amiri responded, "That's a piece of the suspect's flesh, LOL." Amiri later wrote to the officer who accompanied him on the ride-along, "You got to see Percy in action, LOL," and stated that detectives got the victim a 45-day violation and we're going to leave it at that so I don't have to go to court for the bite. Easy. Referring to the victim going into custody for a probation violation. Amiri then falsified a police report of the incident, stating that one of the reasons he deployed his canine was because he was alone, when instead the ride-along police officer was with him at the time and had helped him deploy the canine. U.S. District Judge Jeffrey White ordered Amiri into federal custody. During the hearing, the judge called out the savagery of the attack and Amiri's celebratory text messages afterwards. Amiri faces up to 10 years in prison for the deprivation of rights count and up to 20 years for the falsification of records, as well as 20 years in the fraud case. Officer Amiri violated the oath he swore to protect the people of Antioch. He flouted his duty as a police officer, misused his police dog, and inflicted unnecessary and excessive force against victims. This appalling conduct erodes public trust in law enforcement, and it weakens law enforcement's ability to carry out its primary mission of public safety. May this oathbreaker rot in prison for the rest of his life.
Something. William Rourke. William Rourke.
On March 14th,
was tricked into coming into court and talking to the judge, where they slapped him with 14 counts of felony aggravated harassment, and he's facing 50 years for the crimes, and here's how they went down. So yeah, this guy trained attack dogs to maul people who were handcuffed, and he did this multiple times and shared pictures with other cops. Lane Myers, you know what he did? No, seriously, that's all he did was just upload videos on YouTube. All right, here's a breakdown of that. So sometimes late at night, when Leighton Myers wanted to make a video, he would sometimes click this button here, and then he would open his folders, and it would say right there, select videos to upload, and then, I mean, negligently, he would search through these folders here in the middle of the night and pick a video like that, and he would drag it and drop it, you know, eroding public trust and whatnot. Okay, and then he'd make the tough decision to click on one of these here, right? And then after that, he would pick a title. I mean, sometimes he named him Shannon Walker. Sometimes he named him fucking Luke Skywalker. Sometimes he named him apartment building because the names don't matter. They don't actually direct him anywhere. Then he would put a description in right here, you know, and it would be like, oh, this is me talking about this, or this is my case, or this is what I'm going to show you how to do because, you know. But either way, still nothing criminal. Then he would go here, and then he would, you know, pick one of these and whatever, and and then he would pick a thumbnail. You know, sometimes they were Shannon's face, and most of the time they were not Shannon's face. But see, here's the part that's crazy because it says public, unlisted, or private, public, or unlisted, right? And he would put all his to public because when you have to publish, when you pick public, it's publishing it, and that makes it targeted at everybody in the world. See, that makes it optional for anybody in the world to click. So that pretty much means that there's no target audience or target for it, period. And if there was, then there would be this hashtag mechanism where he could put like keywords like Shannon's name, which he never does. Yeah, so anyways, I mean he's quite the criminal, you know. And all the information that he posted on these websites, you know, was already information that's out in the public anyway. So even if she wasn't, you know what I mean, some kind of public employee or whatever, even if she was a private citizen, it still wouldn't matter because all of her work information is still up on her work website. And all Lane did was just point that out on a published video, which he made about something else. So, but I mean, he probably deserves to rot in prison for 50 years because he posted a video on the computer about somebody's work email and work number, right? Right? But that other guy, the cop, who let his dog eat people's faces off while they were handcuffed,